Hello everyone, welcome to Home Institute. Today we are with the chapter Chemical Reactions and Equation of Class 10 Chemistry. In our first session, we discussed about what is the meaning of chemical reaction, what are the identifications we need to do for saying the chemical reaction got happened, and what are those? Yes, change in color, change in temperature, change in state and evolution of gas. By this, you can easily say these are the observation made for the chemical reactions got happened and everything. Okay. Now we are moving with another concept of this session, that is how to balance the chemical equation. Balancing the chemical equation is one of the topic, very important topic that comes in a chemical reactions and equation. Definitely you will get one question in board examination. Please note down one point. Please do watch my video till end. Then only you will understand the concept of balancing chemical equation in a chemical reaction chapter. Okay? Because there is a link between one equation to another equations. So don't forget to watch my video and please do like, subscribe and share the video. Okay? Now come back to the topic. Today the topic is balancing chemical equations. First thing comes in a mind, why we need to balance the chemical equation, guys? Why we need to balance a chemical equation? Tell me. Yes. To satisfy the law of conservation of masses. What is the meaning of law of conservation of masses? You studied that in a 9th standard. What is that? That is, how much amount is present in a reactant side, the same amount will be there in a product side. Okay, so you need to balance such a chemical equation to satisfy the law of conservation of masses. To satisfy the law of conservation of masses, we need to balance the chemical equations. Correct? What is a law of conservation of masses, guys? So mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be changed to one form to another form. How many number of atoms is there? Number of atoms. So to satisfy what? Law of conservation of what? Mass. So mass neither be created nor be destroyed. So to satisfy the law of conservation, we need to balance the chemical equation. How many number of atoms present in a reactant side? The left side, whatever you are writing, those called as a reactants. Whatever the things that comes after the chemical reaction, we call it as a products. These two must be balanced. Whatever the atoms which are present in a reactant side, the same atom should be there, that masses should be there in a product side. Then only we say the chemical equation got balanced. Okay. Now I'll say one thing, how to balance the chemical equation. There are 4 things you need to remember for the balancing chemical equation. First one is, first in the given chemical equation, you need to identify the polyatomic group. Okay. So balance, first we need to balance polyatomic group. Okay. Polyatomic group. Next, you need to balance metal and non-metals. They can come togetherly, no need to issue, you will come to know. Next, you need to balance hydrogen. Last, you need to balance oxygen. Okay, don't forget this one. You need to balance the polyatomic group first in the given equation. And next, you need to balance metals and non-metals. Next, you have to balance hydrogen and later oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen will get balanced automatically when you balance the metals and non-metals. Okay. What is the meaning of this polyatomic group, guys? Polyatomic group means more than one atom. So if the molecule combines with a more than one atom, that is, it is in a balanced way, that what we teach you in a 9th standard, nitrates, sulfates, those are all in a balanced way already, correct? So this OH, this NO3, this SO4, these are all called as a polyatomic group. You need to identify whether such a kind of group is present in reactant or in a product. If it is present in both the side, you need to balance the polyatomic group first. And next you need to balance about metals and non-metals. Metals, magnesium, sodium, those are the metals, and carbon, oxygen, some. Next you need to balance those things, and later you need to balance hydrogen, and automatically you will get balance the oxygen and everything. Okay, I'll give you some examples, so don't forget to watch the video till end. I'll show some examples, then you can easily understand how you need to balance the chemical reactions and everything. Okay, let's start balancing with the first example. Just note down this one. All the examples are very important for the board examination point of view. So first one, when potassium iodide get mixed up with a lead nitrate, there is a formation of lead iodide and potassium nitrate. Do you remember where we wrote this example? In a change in color by identification of chemical reaction. There I took this example. There I told you that I'll explain thoroughly with the balancing and everything about this equation. Am I right? What we need to do first for this, I'll give you one trick, guys. First, you just write down elements. What are the elements which are there, and how much elements are present in a reactant side and in a product side. Just note down that one. Then it becomes very easy for you to balance the equation. So first, what I told you, for balancing chemical equation, we need to balance polyatomic group. If it is present in both the side, you need to balance that one first. So nitrate, this is one of the polyatomic group, because nitrogen is there, oxygen is there, two atoms got combined and it is a polyatomic group. Here also nitrate is there, here also nitrate is there. First write down that one. Nitrate is there. Next, potassium is there, iodine is there, lead is there. There is no hydrogen and oxygen. Am I right? Only that much of elements are present. How much it is there in a reactant side? Yes, it is 2 nitrate is there, but here it is 1 nitrate is there. Here you need to change by making it as 2. Am I right? And how much? First, write down this equation again, guys. Leave some space. Polyatomic group should be written in a brackets, okay? That is also very important. There are some standard format is there. Just follow those for standard format. So how much nitrate is there? 2. And how much potash is there, guys? Both the side, 1. And how much iodine is there? Here it is 1 and here it is 2. And how much lead is there? Here also 1, here also 1. Correct? First, what we need to balance? Polyatomic group, nitrate. So where it is? Okay, here I'll put 2. Now it got balanced. Yes, correct. Now come back with again nitrate 2. Here also 2 got balanced. Now potash. Here it is 1, but here it becomes 2. So here you need to balance by taking 2. Now it is also got balanced. Now what about iodine? Here 2 iodine is there, yes, and here also it becomes 2 now, so it is also balanced. Now lead, 1 lead is there, 1 lead is there. Once you just cross check from beginning. First note down nitrate is there. How much it is? 2 nitrate, yes, 2 nitrate and 2 nitrate, yes, balanced. Potash, how much potash is there? 2 potash is here and 2 potash is also here. And now iodine, how much iodine is there? Here 2 iodine is there, here also 2 iodine is there. No need to balance, it's balanced. 1 lead is there, 1 lead is there. Okay. Now this is the balanced chemical equation, guys. This equation satisfies the law of conservation of masses. In the first example, you feel some difficulty and all. By practicing more problem on this type of equation, definitely you will get thorough in the balancing equation and everything. Let's go with the next second example. When sodium hydroxide, what is this? Sodium hydroxide combines with a sulfuric acid. H2SO4 is a sulfuric acid. Don't forget this one. Write down. So this is sulfuric acid and this is sodium hydroxide. Combines. There is a formation of sodium sulfate in the water. Okay. So when sodium hydroxide combines with the H2SO4, just identify the polyatomic group in both the side. Yes, sulfate. Next, sodium is a metal. Then hydrogen and then oxygen. Only that much is there. Yes. Now sulfate. How much sulfate is there both the side? Yes, it is 1. Correct. What about sodium, guys? Here it is 1 and here it is 2. And what about hydrogen? Here it is 1, there it is 2. And what about oxygen? Here it is 1, there is also it is 1. And don't consider this oxygen. That's why I told you put that polyatomic group in a brackets. Okay, don't forget that one. Now, just balance. Sulfate is, no need to touch that sulfate. Sodium is 1 here and there it is 2. So 2 NaOH. Yes. So it is, first one got balance, second one is also got balance. Now hydrogen. 2 hydrogen is there and here 2 hydrogen is there. Okay. It is balanced somehow. Now balance oxygen. Here 2 oxygen is there. There 1 oxygen, that I will take 2 oxygen here. Now it is also got balanced. Now come back with again with the first sessions, that is sulfate. Here 1 is there. Yes. Sodium here 2 is there and here 2 is there. No need to worry. Hydrogen 2 is there, but what about here, guys? 2 2s are 4. You need to be very careful while writing about such a kind of balancing equation. How many hydrogen is there? 4. This is 4. So what we need to do? You need to balance. No. Just think. Here 2 hydrogen. Here 2 hydrogen is there. Add these 2 hydrogen. How much it is? It also becomes as a 4. This is very important. This is 2 hydrogen and this is 2 hydrogen. Now it becomes 4. Both the side it got balanced. Now how much oxygen is there? 2 oxygen is there. 2 oxygen is there. Balanced. Okay. One thing note down. Whenever you need to balance, consider both the terms which are present in a reactant side and consider both the terms which are present in a product side. This is very important. And oh, here I got 4. I need to put 4. No, not like that. First you think whether the hydrogen is present in another molecule or what. If it is there, add that number of molecule to the first molecule, then you will get a balanced chemical equation. This is your balanced chemical equation. One more time, just I'll explain you this one. How much sulfate is there? Both the side, 1. How much? 2 sodium, 2 sodium. How much hydrogen is there? 2 hydrogen plus 2 hydrogen. Okay, this is sulfate group. This is another group. Okay, hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen. And what about here? 2 2s are 4. And what about oxygen? 2 oxygen and 2 oxygen. Once when you balance hydrogen and oxygen, automatically everything got balanced. Okay, so again and again you don't need to write elements, products and reactant. You can balance directly. Okay, this is our third example. Check polyatomic group. Here 2 polyatomic group is there, guys. How many polyatomic group is there? NO3 is also a polyatomic group. OH is also there. But which one is present both the side? That one you need to balance first one. And this one is not a polyatomic group because it is not present in a product side, but actually it is a polyatomic group. If it is present in both the side, then you need to balance those two polyatomic group first. But here NO3 is there, so just balance that one. How much NO3 is there? Here 2 NO3 is there. Here 1 NO3 is there. Just take 2 NO3. So NO3 got balanced? Yes. Now calcium. How much calcium is there? 1 calcium, 1 calcium. No need to worry. How much oxygen? This subscripted 2 belongs to both the oxygen and hydrogen. Here OH is there, no? This subscripted 2 belong to both oxygen and hydrogen. 2 oxygen is there, 2 hydrogen is there. 2 hydrogen plus 2 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen. So take 2. 2 2s are 4. Here also 2 plus 2, 4. How much oxygen is there? 2 oxygen is there. 2 oxygen is there. It got balanced. Understood? Let me explain one more time. How much nitrate is there? 1 nitrate. Here 2 nitrate. So 2 nitrate. Balanced. How much hydrogen and calcium is there? 1 calcium, 1 calcium. No need to balance. How much hydrogen is there? 2 hydrogen, and this 2 belong to both the oxygen and hydrogen. Okay. If it is present in both the side, don't consider this 2 for individually. Okay. Now 2 oxygen is there, 2 hydrogen is there. 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen. 2 2s are 4 hydrogen. And 2 oxygen, yes. 2 oxygen. Balanced. Come back to this one. Here, which one is the polyatomic group, guys? Nitrate. Nitrate. So how much nitrate? 1 nitrate, 1 nitrate. No need to balance. How much sodium? 1 sodium, 1 sodium. No need to balance. 1 chlorine, 1 chlorine. No need to balance. 1 Ag, 1 Ag. This is balanced chemical equation. You may get such a kind of questions also in your exams. Okay. Balanced. It is already balanced. Now check a polyatomic group in this example. Sulfate is there, sulfate 1 is there. Both the side it got balanced. Now let's move on to the barium. 1 barium is there, 1 barium is there. No need to worry. Sulfate also got balanced, barium got balanced. Now chlorine, because metals, non-metals, next hydrogen, next oxygen. 2 chlorine is there. Here 1 chlorine is there. Just take 2. So 2 chlorine, 2 chlorine. Now on check hydrogen. 2 hydrogen is there. 2 hydrogen is there. It got balanced. Just you need to add 2 here. Okay, this is an answer. Okay, just add 2 HCl. That's it. I'll explain one more time. Sulfate is there. 1 sulfate is there. No need to balance. Now I'll move on to the barium. 1 barium, 1 barium. No need to balance. 2 chlorine, 1 chlorine. So take 2. 2 chlorine, 2 chlorine. Balanced. How much hydrogen is there? 2 hydrogen is there. 2 hydrogen is there. Now this is a balanced chemical equation. You may get such a kind of questions in your exams. They'll give you an equation. You need to balance equation by using this skeletal equation. You may get some questions as a word equations also. You need to transfer that word equations in a skeletal way. Then you need to balance those equations. We will explain about the word equations in our next session. Thank you.